Anthony was making 6 figures in real estate, had 2 beautiful young kids, and thought that he had it all figured out. Then, on September 28th, 2023, he got called into his boss's office and was told his position was eliminated. Most people would panic, maybe update their LinkedIn, start sending out resumes. Anthony did something different. 11 months later, he's generating $102,000 per month from vending machines and hasn't missed a single one of his kids' baseball games. Today, I'm sharing exactly how he went from corporate layoff to complete time freedom and why getting fired might have been the best thing that ever happened to him. Making 6 figures back in 2023, Anthony was successful but stuck. He was in a comfortable prison. He had been working in real estate since 2009. It's something that became second nature to him, doing fixes and flips on properties. Let's face it, he was making good money. But the other side of that was, he was always stressed about the market conditions that he couldn't control with real estate. He has 2 kids, Harper and Hunter, but he was missing bedtime stories by taking client calls. He always felt that Sunday night dread, just like you, because he knew another 60-hour work week was coming. Not to mention, his wife was watching him burn out, but he loved the paycheck, so he felt trapped. And let's face it, this is the constant fear that nobody talks about. Every corporate reorg made his stomach drop. Was he on the chopping block? He was literally watching colleagues get laid off, wondering when his time was next. Not to mention, his kids were always asking, why does daddy always have to work? And he didn't know how to answer it. It's that constant feeling of being replaceable despite working harder than everyone else. September 28th, 2023. That is when everything changed. It was a Friday morning and Anthony got called into his boss's office. Your position has been eliminated, effective immediately, his boss said. 14 years of real estate experience right out the drain because of the current economic conditions. Drove home in shock, had to go tell his wife that he just lost the job that was providing for his family. What about the kids' college fund? How do we pay for mortgages? Anthony didn't know where to go. Then Anthony made a decision that changed everything. Anthony knew he had to start building assets and not just another paycheck. He knew he couldn't do another 14 years of corporate America. He wanted those assets that nobody could take away from him. Not to mention, he needed cash flow fast, he couldn't wait for an ROI on his investment for 5 years down the road, and he needed to find something that wasn't going to require a lot of capital up front, like a huge real estate investment. The most important part is he wanted to be a present dad that his kids could see in the stands at those baseball games. So that's when it clicked. He decided to bet on himself. He realized that those vending machines, even at nighttime, were doing sales. Or even on Sunday, when he watched the Bears, he'd be making money. There was no employees, no overhead, no office needed. He knew he could build this route straight from his house, keep his inventory in his garage. All he needed to do was put in some sweat equity into a business and an asset that now he owned, not his boss at some corporate company. And the best part is he named it H&H Vending after his 2 kids. The ultimate true why. Keep in mind, Anthony's background was 14 years in real estate. He didn't know anything about vending. He started from absolute zero. He had never seen the inside of a vending machine. He didn't know where to buy products wholesale. He didn't even know you could get rebates on those products. He didn't know how to approach the business, how to set the prices, how to pick which products to put in the machine. But he had something that was even better. He had the desperation and determination to make this business successful. He gave himself exactly 12 months from that September day to replace his 9-to-5 income he lost during that exit. Let's face it, month 1 was learning while doing. With that hustle, he found his first location within 2 weeks, an apartment complex in the suburbs. He literally used credit cards with 0% interest for the first 12 months to buy everything and bet on himself. He spent nights after he tucked his kids in researching on next steps and where to spend that hustle and determination that he had. He made every mistake possible, but kept putting one foot in front of the other and moving forward. His first month in revenue was $2,000, which is great, but his profit was only $500. which just shows you that he didn't know what he was getting into, but he was willing to figure it out. The great thing, months 2 and 3, he started to find his rhythm. He realized quality locations were better than more locations. It's always quality over quantity when it comes to which machines are gonna do really well. He started focusing on where places people can't leave easily. Think of medical facilities, think of urgent cares, think of apartment complexes. Those places where people hang out every single day of the week. It's not a 9-to-5 business, Monday through Friday. He developed his parking lot test. He would go drive by a location on Sunday or Wednesday and see if the parking lot was full. If it was full, it would have enough foot traffic to justify a machine going in there. By month 3, he had 5 locations generating $8,000 a month. That's within 90 days, which is amazing. It still wasn't enough to replace his 9-to-5, but his momentum was building. When you get to that next phase after 90 days, at some point you gotta have a mindset shift. And this is the mindset shift that Anthony made that ultimately mattered most. You gotta flip that switch to stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like an owner. If you want X outcome, work back to the numbers during the process that you need to get there. Think about it. If you want 20 locations, you better do 5x that in pop-ins. Anthony's family and his kids' reliance on him forced him to get out of his comfort zone and scale aggressively and not just scale patiently like other people. This is how he was able to scale to 100K a month and the blueprint behind it. The first thing that allowed him to get to that 100K a month was the financing strategy nobody would expect. He started with personal credit cards for his first machines. Most people would think that's crazy. But what he did was he used the revenue from those first machines to ultimately qualify for future equipment financing. He never took outside investors. He wanted to maintain 100% ownership. Literally, every penny he made in those first 6 months, he just reinvested it. Ultimately, that led to building business credit while building the business. Now, the interesting thing with Anthony is his location selection was a secret that I had never thought of before. He would only target people with 100+ potential customers. He focused on places like manufacturing, apartment complexes, and large offices. But the thing I didn't really realize is he was so focused on quality over quantity that he wasn't scared to put in multiple machines, upwards of 3 to 4 machines in one location. His best single location does $12,000 to $13,000 per month alone. Now what this did was this allowed him to fuel the route that he was scaling. By month 6, he had 20 locations doing 35 grand a month in revenue. People would kill for that. Month 9, 35 locations, 70 grand a month. Month 11, 45 locations, $102,000 per month. Now, he has 78 machines across those 45 locations. Some locations have evolved into full, unattended convenience items. The other cool thing is he started to realize I need to buy back my time by building systems and a staff to run this route for him. Now, his team that runs everything is a full-time stalker who handles the main route and the main locations, 3 part-time stalkers for regional part-time work, a full-time warehouse manager for stocking and picking in the warehouse, and then an operations manager to coordinate everything within the route. Anthony works maybe 10 hours a week now. Now let's talk about the real transformation. What $102,000 a month actually means. After expenses, he's keeping about $50,000 in profit. That's $600,000 per year in income. But the money isn't even the best part. It's what the money represents, and that's complete freedom. It's the daily life nobody shows you. You're not waking up to emails from your boss blowing down your door. He's having breakfast with his kids every morning before they go to school. He coaches Hunter's baseball team and never misses practices. He takes Harper to dance class in the middle of the day. And he has date nights with his wife whenever their schedules align, not when work allows. The coolest part, and maybe as a dad that I can resonate with, is he's teaching his kids ultimately what matters. His kids see him building something real. They help count inventory and go shop to buy items for the route. They're starting to understand money works for you, not the other way around. He's showing them about how to build an asset you can own and that there's another way other than the corporate grind. Most importantly, he's building generational wealth for his kids, not just paying the bills. The other side of this, for Anthony, is the stress that disappeared. There was no more Sunday night anxiousness and dread. There's no boss to ask for vacation time. Kids finally have their dad back. Wife has her husband back. Now, let's talk about the compound effect. Where is Anthony headed? His goal is to hit $250,000 a month by the end of 2026. He wants to open a second warehouse in another city. He wants to teach his kids as they age on how to run specific parts of the business. He's trying to build true generational wealth by setting up these routes in a structure that will do so. The best part is he has flexibility. He could sell the route today for millions, or he could just keep creating more and more cash flow for him and his family. Some of the things I really admire about Anthony is what he wishes he knew earlier. Getting laid off was a gift, even though it was disguised as a disaster. Corporate security is an illusion. Ownership is real. Kids don't care about your title, they care about your time. Most people overthink it. Just start with one location and one machine. The perfect time will never come. September 28th proved that. Here's what I haven't told you yet. The day Anthony got laid off, September 28th, he had actually just joined my program, Vendingpreneurs, literally the day before. Talk about timing. He could have asked for a refund and said, I just lost my job. I can't do this. Instead, he dove in head first. Inside Vendingpreneurs, Anthony didn't just get information about vending. He got direct access to me and our entire community. When he had questions at all hours of the day, someone answered. When he couldn't figure out pricing strategies for unique locations, we just workshopped it together. When he hit roadblocks, he would get access to other operators who had been there before. But more importantly, Anthony had accountability. He couldn't quit when things got hard because he had a personal board of directors checking in on him. He set a goal of $5,000 per month initially. We pushed him to think bigger, and now he's doing 20 times that. And here's why most people fail and Anthony didn't. Most people try to figure it out alone on YouTube. Anthony had a proven system to follow step by step. Most people give up after their first objection. Anthony had a community celebrating his wins and supporting his losses. Most people think small. 1 or 2 machines. We showed Anthony how to think like a CEO from day one. Look, I show Anthony's story not because it's typical, but because it's possible. This guy went from laid off to $102,000 per month in 11 months. Not because he's special, but because he followed a proven system. And he didn't quit when it got hard. And he'll tell you himself, the vending machines are just tools. The real transformation was in his mindset and having the right support system. If you're sitting in a job you hate, missing your kids' lives, waiting for your turn to get fired, you have 2 choices. Be on the defensive and wait for it to happen to you, or take control now. Inside Vendingpreneurs, we have multiple Anthonys. People who decided they were done trading time for money. If you're ready to build something nobody can take away from you, click the link below to book a call with our team. Thanks for watching. This is Mr. Passive, signing off.